Hi there, this is Sandy the Sunroom Stitcher coming to you from the beautiful folds of my lilac thicket. It is October 3rd at 3:22 in the afternoon. As you can see, I'm in a different place in my home. I am actually in my dining room. I turned off the chandelier head because overhead. I'm not sure if it's better or worse, but that might have something to do with I look weird. Oh no, wait a minute. I always look like that. My windows face the south. This is the natural lighting. I do have the drapes drawn, or the curtains drawn. You would probably be able to see all the traffic passing by. We do live on an extremely busy street. It was at one time the main thoroughfare through Lee Summit. So it actually, if you go east, you run into the business district. If you go out to the west, you run into, it's actually built up quite a bit, but Longview Farm is out that way, and the community college is out that way. So, but they built a lot of expensive homes. So I was using my iPad, and this is like my 6th try at this, but there's something with the storage on my iPad, I can't figure it out. And so, as you can see, I'm still alive and kicking. I'm feeling so much better. I see that my mouth is still crooked, but that's okay. I can deal with a crooked mouth. It was just my eye. That was what was bothering me so much, the irritation, the dryness in my eye. And it made me feel tired, and I get so tired on the computer at work. Of course, I'm on vacation this week, so his came at an opportune time, really and truly, when you stop and you think about it. You don't want to waste your vacation being sick. My vacation's always, I like to be at home. I was going to do some running today, but I decided to stay home because last night when I was cleaning up the chili, our chili dinner that I had waiting for my husband when he got home from work, I pulled a muscle in my back, and it's much better this afternoon. But I've taken some ibuprofen and stuff. I just decided that I didn't have anywhere I had to go today. Excuse me, I did have to go up to the Hy-Vee and get my refills. They only hold your refills 2 days, and then they put them back in stock. Then you have to wait for them to be filled again. So I wanted to make sure that I had I went up and got them. But they do have a drive-through, so I was able to just drive through. I didn't have to get out of the car. Oh, that must be the school bus. I thought it was Allie. I did want to share a picture with you of my brother Rick. And let's see. Let me take it out of here. This would be my brother Rick. This was the last Christmas that we shared together in 2013. And he died in May of 2014. So that's my grizzly old brother that I miss dearly. And this is a picture of him when he was 18. And this is in 1976. And he first went into the Air Force. He worked on fighter jets in the Air Force. So he was so handsome. I was so proud of him. So, I thank all of you for all your wonderful wishes and thoughts and prayers. I feel like there's so many people that need them so much more than I do, but I really do appreciate it. When I first started doing these YouTube videos, I couldn't even imagine as many people watching my fat face blather on as I have. And y'all are so sweet with your comments about me. It's very humbling, and I thank you so much. I am who you see. I don't put on airs. I don't try to make myself somebody that I'm not. And I will say that I look like about 150 pounds thinner in real life than I do on these videos. So they say the camera adds 10 pounds. In my case, it adds 150 pounds. So there you go. Anyways, I have 5 new subscribers this week, and I want to give a shout out to them and thank them for subscribing to my Flosstube channel. And I'm going to probably butcher this last name of this first person. Her name is Karen Onea, Honea, or Honea, Hana. Spare Yarn, I love that. Danny Fan, Jane White, and Lissa B. All of you guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I did do some stitching yesterday. Let me show you what I've done. Oh, Sandy Joe, she's just, I think this helps. Yeah, it helps somewhat. I've done the sky. And I stitched vertically, not vertically, diagonally, because I thought it made it look much more natural. And as a reminder, this is a Mirabilia free cherub, and she is this was called for black, but since it was going for a baby, I wanted to do didn't want to use black, and it is going to a little baby named Kyla who lives in Phoenix, and her mother works in the clinical services department at the company that I work for. So, but she is a very sweet little cherub, and she actually has a dove in her hand. So I'm gonna have to move to stitching somewhere else until we can get that dove and I can finish that sky. So I'm very pleased with that. Another stitching doodad was that I was at the Nordic Needle website and I saw a hard donor piece that was actually a cover for a box of Kleenex this size, and it looked Victorian and it was so elegant. I fell in love with it. Of course, you could use any color, cotton floss or linen or Aida even. I don't know, you'd want to use Aida, but it would look really pretty. You could do it in any color you wanted to. And that'll probably take about 10 days to get to me because they are very slow. They're very slow shipping things. And also I found my project box downstairs. Now I need to start bobbinating the colors for Destiny. And I bought paint. Paint. And this is for my kitchen and my breakfast nook. And this is called Clary Sage. And of course, it's not going to look exactly like what it really is, but it's going to be the walls and the insides of my cabinets and drawers. And then this is called Politely White, and it's going to be on the outside of my cabinets and drawers. And I think I might paint the inside door that goes out to the garage in this, and then on the top half paint this with some kind of a stenciled corners, fancy corners, and then put clear chalkboard paint over it, and have that for grocery lists, whatever I want on there. Wouldn't that be neat? I got that on Pinterest. I also got the door. I haven't bought them yet because I need to ask the seller a question. But the knobs for the cabinets and for the drawers, they look like little pumpkins on their sides, and they're green, and they have gold in between the ribs of the pumpkin-y shape. They're really very pretty. But I need 25 of them, and they're $3.80 a piece. So that's, yeah, could be close to $100. But I figured it like this. I want what I want. What I really wanted was $10 a piece, but I couldn't justify that. I can justify $3.80, not $10. So then I didn't get this paint, but I pulled these colors because these are for the dining room here. This is actually a gray, a darker lilac, the lightest lilac, and then a medium, a pinkish lilac. This has got a pink cast to it. I know it sort of looks white there, but it's called Euphoric Lilac. But what I wanted to do was one of these two, I think. I might go with a little bit lighter of a gray. And these are sort of like bay windows, but not really. And they've got this about 8-inch casement around the window. And on that casement, I want to paint the gray along the baseboards, then the door jambs, and the thresholds here on this side. And I thought that's really it'd be pretty. Then I want to get some gray shears that go up on the windows. This table that I have in here, this was a free dining room table. It was actually moved out of a house that was foreclosed on, and the people abandoned everything in it. And it's just an inexpensive dining room table, but I want to paint it gray. And then with this color lilac, stencil a design on the top of it. And I don't have any chairs, but my mom bought us some card table chairs. And I'm just at this point still thinking and planning, and so I'm not quite sure what we want to do with chairs. I thought it'd be sort of neat to have wooden chairs that were all different, and they were all painted a different flavor of lilac. I don't know, just an idea. So yeah, I'm really excited, but now you need to go and buy a ladder, drop cloth, tape, sandpaper, paintbrush, all those things, and I have not done that yet. But that's the paint. I'm excited about that. I am excited about that. Also, I wanted to ask you guys about editing software. Does anybody have any recommendations for editing software for videos? I know nothing about it. I don't believe I have a program on my laptop here. So, if I do, it's probably just like clipping things out. I would like to be able to like flash a picture up there. And I know Heather had one that was really neat because her face would show on one side and then her desktop on the other. So, yeah, if anybody's got any recommendations, would you put it in the comments? Because I would really appreciate that. I have been collecting books to read this winter time. Not only on my Kindle, but I've been getting some some books. Let's see. Diana Ballard, she recommended The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. And then I just recently purchased Inferno by Dan Brown. This one looks sort of interesting. You know, he puts together a very interesting thriller kind of thing, like he did with the Da Vinci Code, even though that was all a bunch of bullcrap. And then I got this one, People of the Song Trail, a novel of America's forgotten past. And this is actually about the Vikings coming to find a new homeland where they can worship their God in peace. And it talks about how they have wars or things like that with the natives that were here, and it says it's based on recent archaeological discoveries. People of the Song Trail is a story of a swift and violent clash of cultures, and extraordinary men and women who are brave enough to work for fragile hope of peace. A story that has remained untold until now. I thought that sounded interesting. And this is by Michael and Kathleen O'Neill. Gear. People of the Song Trail. I've also got a Bill O'Reilly's Killing Lincoln. You think one of these days he's going to run out of people to write books about killing? You don't know. But I thought that might be interesting too. So yeah, I've got several books up on the bookshelf for this winter. Tell me what you guys are reading. It's sad. I mean, I know you can do like books on tape while you're stitching, but it's really sad that you can't read. I like to read. Oh, I'm actually rereading the Left Behind series. I think I'm on the 6th book now. I'm doing it on my Kindle, and at lunch at work, I go back and I read for half an hour. Also, while I've been stitching this weekend, I've been watching the new series with Kiefer Sutherland called Designated Survivor. I've seen the 2 episodes on Hulu. That was really pretty good. And then also I'm actually watching now Brain Dead, where space bugs come and eat half people's brains. And that explains why people are so stupid. Also, I can't wait for The Man in the High Castle to come back on Amazon. I've seen this first season. It's a pretty complicated story, lots of details, and but I'm anxious to see that. And I've started watching Mr. Robot. That's sort of interesting too. So, what else is here on my list? And I suppose the last thing I want to share with you is, I don't know that you're going to be able to really see this. Here, well, my sister made this for me. Oh, we'll do our best. This is my mom and my dad before they were married. My dad was on leave in the Navy. From the Navy. He was in the Navy when I was born. And this is a picture of Ricky and I. Now, I'm 2 years older than Ricky. And look at how adorable Rick Wasn't he adorable? It's not really clear, I apologize. There's a picture of me as a baby. This is my brother Jeff. He's 5 years younger than me. This is my sister Ginger. And she is 10 years younger than I am. So I'm the oldest of 4. That's my family. My beautiful family. Yep. So, I'm going to continue to do some stitching today. And I think I'll just leave the leftover chili for my husband. He can take it out of the refrigerator and hurt his back off. Yeah. And it's 20 minutes. I think it was Laurel that was asking about Allie. Of course, Allie's a 68-pound German Shepherd. And she's spayed. She has been trained by my cousin who's in the Army. She is given the right command. She will grab a hold of whatever appendage she can get a hold of, and she won't let go. She's very protective. My cousin just really trained her well. Right now he's an MP, I believe, and so yeah, he's been over in 3-4 tours in the Mideast, and just they could not. He and his wife just couldn't take care of the dogs anymore. There's just a lot of things going on that I don't really care to discuss. It's really not my business. But he put him on Facebook. He wanted to give both Noah and Allie away. Oh, and Allie is 6. Her birthday is in January. Noah is 6. His birthday's in January. So I saw them on Facebook, and we had recently lost our Brittany a couple of years ago. We miss her. She was such a beautiful dog. So I begged my husband. He finally relented, and Sean brought them to us on Mother's Day last year, and they just absolutely broke my heart the first night they were at the house. They sat at that front door and they cried and they cried and they cried. And it's pathetic. It was sad. It broke my heart. But it didn't take long for them to adjust, and to Orrin and I. And speak of the devil. Come here, Miss Allie Magoo. Come here. Can you say hello? I don't know that you could even see her. She's right here. Her head will rest up here on the tabletop. She's very tall. And somebody's just let it go a good stinker. Was that you? Was that you? I bet it was Noah. He got a hold of one of my onion rings. But this is Allie. Hey. Hey there, beautiful girl. But she's just a big baby, except for if you're a stranger. She's very intimidating, and she's well trained, very well trained. And she loves her daddy, and she follows him around that backyard like she's his shadow. She does have some food issues. She will claim both of the bowls of food as hers and not let Noah eat. And she's a good baby. Can you see? Hey. Can you see? Hi there, Allie. Hi there, little girl. And Mama loves. Mama loves. But anyways, they're our lives, and we adore them, and I just love them. So anyways, I think that's about it. Oh, over here. I like to keep my nativity scene out all year long. I want to build like a manger for them out of twigs and glue and moss. But yeah, sitting on my grandmother's mirror. One of these days I'll do a video of a tour of the house, and I'm very proud of my house. It's just a humble home, but it is, it's mine and Warren's, and we love our home. It really is our sanctuary from the outside world. So I think I'm going to say goodbye here, and I love all of you dearly, absolutely dearly. I love you, and I hope that you have a wonderful week and you get your stitching done. I hope that your dreams come true too. Life is not perfect, and I don't think it was ever meant to be perfect, but this is about as perfect as I could ever ask for my life. And I can't even remember ever being so perfectly happy and joyful and peaceful as I am today. A great deal of that has to do with my husband, and anyways, so God bless, and I love all of you dearly.